Good day, students. I welcome you all to study session 4 of NSC 201, which will discuss health and illness. I'm very sure you enjoyed this lecture. Just sit down and enjoy. Health. Health is the level of functional or metabolic efficiency of a living organism. In humans, it is the general condition of a person's mind and body, usually meaning to be free from illness, injury, or pain. Health is a dynamic state in which the individual adapts to changes in internal and external environment to maintain a state of well-being. In this study session, you'll be introduced to the relationship between health and illness, the models of health and illness as a continuum, and the concept of rehabilitation. At the end of this study session, you should be able to explain the concept of health and illness, the factors that influence them. You should be able to highlight and describe the models of health and illness. You'll be able to explain the health-illness continuum and should be able to describe the concept of rehabilitation. What are the characteristics of health? The characteristics of health are 1. A concern for the individual as a total system. A view of health that identifies internal and external environment, and also an acknowledgement of the importance of an individual's role in life. What are the factors that determine health? The interdependent fields that determine individuals' health are lifestyle, environment, and biomedical. The interdependent fields of lifestyle is the aggregation of personal decision over where the individual has control. It can be said to contribute to or cause illness or death. The environment, it all matters related to health external to the human body and over which the individual has or little or no control. Then the biomedical aspect of health include the physical and the mental that is developed within the human body as influenced by the genetic makeup. And there are 3 major factors that affect health. We have the natural environment, the built environment, and the social environment. Illness. Illness is a state in which a person's physical, emotional, intellectual, social, developmental, or spiritual functioning is diminished or impaired. It is a condition that is characterized by deviation from a normal, healthy state. There are 3 different stages of illness. We have the denial stage, which is the stage at which there is refusal to acknowledge the illness. There's anxiety, there's fear, there's irritability, and aggressiveness. The second stage is the acceptance stage, whereby it turns to the person will turn to professional help for assistance. Then the recovery stage, which is also the rehabilitation or convalescence stage. Here the patient goes through resolving loss or impairment of function. What are the models of health and illness? Cultural and professional models of illness influence decisions on individuals, patients, and delivery of health care. Models of health and illness include 1. The health-illness continuum, which is the commonest. And this talks about the degree of client wellness that exists at any point in time, ranging from an optimal wellness condition with available energy at its maximum to death, which represents total energy depletion. We'll still talk about this in this session. Then we have the high-level wellness model of Albert Dunn, which is oriented towards maximizing the health potential of an individual. This requires the individual to maintain a continuum of balance and purposeful direction within the environment. We also have the agent-host environment model by level. And the level, we talked about the level of health of an individual or group depending on the dynamic relationship of the agent, host, and environmental factors, which forms a triad. We have the health belief model too. The health belief model addresses the relationship between a person's belief and behaviors. and it provides a way of understanding and predicting how clients will behave in relation to their health and how they will comply with healthcare therapies. We also have the evolutionary based model. Illness and death serves as an evolutionary function, and evolutionary viability reflects the extent to which individuals function to promote survival and well-being. We also have the health promotion model, a complementary counterpart model of health protection, which is directed at increasing a client's level of well-being, and it explains the reason for client participation in health promotion behaviors. Also, let's discuss the health wellness continuum, like I've said earlier. Wellness is a process and it's never a static state. Like you can see on the picture on your screen, you can either move to the left or to the right. Most of us think of wellness in terms of illness. We assume that the absence of illness indicates wellness. There are actually many degrees of wellness, just as there are many degrees of illness too. The illness wellness continuum illustrates the relationship of treatment paradigm to the wellness paradigm. For example, imagine disabled, sick, or dying people who are taking responsibility for their lives and are consciously engaged in the experience. If only the physical dimension were considered, they will fall on the left side of the continuum. But if emotional, intellectual, and spiritual dimensions are taken into account, they will definitely be on the right side of the continuum. Let's look at the concept of rehabilitation. What is rehabilitation and what is its focus? Rehabilitation is the road to recovery. It's a dynamic, health-oriented process that assists individual who is ill or disabled to achieve his greatest possible level of physical, mental, spiritual, social, and economic functioning. And rehabilitation focuses on the coping pattern, the functional ability, mobility, integrity of the skin, and control of bowel and bladder function. What are the roles of public health in rehabilitation? The picture on your screen indicates that rehabilitation helps, it gives direction, it gives advice, it assists, it supports, and gives answers. Public health intervention is to prevent and manage diseases, injuries, and other health conditions through surveillance of cases. Its aim is to prevent health problems from happening or recurring by implementing educational programs, developing policies, administering services, and conducting research. Public health also takes various actions to limit the health disparities between different areas of the countries and in some cases the continent or world. Public health measures as our educational campaigns to promote vaccination and the use of condoms, including overcoming resistance to such. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.